Do you remember how we met?
Yeah, at the Asian Hustle Network event.
So Asian, bro. Like, you started Glow Studio, right? And what were the skills that you had to learn that you didn't realize that you had to learn?
Not a lot of people were doing that at that time.
What do people give you money for?
To take photos.
If somebody has an old photo, post it in the comments or something so that I can find it. The skill of hiring, where would you rank that?
I was getting a ton of leads. I was getting a ton of inquiries.
Tell me how much.
I don't know anything.
Tell me how much in cash transactions you've done through Zelle.
If you're watching IRS.
Got the Canto crew in here. I love this. This is why I like shooting in public places, because you just never know what's happening. And it is very like...
And he's just wearing his swim trunks.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hopefully I don't get canceled. So in today's video, I do a podcast with my friend Tammy. She actually created Glow Studio, which is like a photography studio setup. We're gonna go into all the lessons all the mistakes that she made, all the different skills that she learned, and all the stuff that I kind of wish I knew when starting a business. It's more common now than it was back in my day, but I think it's really interesting when you see your personal friends kind of like start their own businesses too. Believe it or not, me and Tammy, we met a few years ago at Asian Hustle Network, and we actually went through a period where we weren't talking for like 2 to 3 years, which I think is actually cool. We didn't have any beef or anything like that. It's just like, dude, she was doing her own thing, I was doing my own thing. So I thought it was really cool. Since we're going to grab lunch this day, I was like, hey, Tammy, do you want to kind of do a podcast and catch up and see what's up? And yeah, so that's how this podcast came about. In the future, I really want to interview more of my friends, because I think it's kind of cool to see all the gurus that you know online. But what I kind of realized is that I actually have a lot of friends who are entrepreneurs and doing their own things and stuff. So I want to take you behind the scenes and kind of make it fun. We also have a few games in this podcast, because I didn't want to be boring as fuck. Oh yeah, one more thing. I was trying to figure out the production for this. I was by myself. We were recording at like a hotel, like kind of lobby thing in the heart of San Gabriel Valley in LA. So there's a lot of Chinese people. I was trying to think about the questions. I wasn't looking at Tammy the whole time. Please forgive me. Whatever. I'm still trying to figure this format out and try and find a format that works. But hopefully you enjoy this podcast, and hopefully you have a few laughs. We talk everything from Boba to ABG life to SGV life to ins and outs of business and the not so sexy parts too. Hope you enjoy. Peace. Welcome, Tammy, to my podcast.
Thank you for having me today.
I think it's a really unique time to have you on this podcast, because I'm just like starting up recently. And we also haven't talked forever. So I've been living through your stories and stuff like that. And it's crazy. Like, one of the reasons why I wanted you on here was because I think when I first met you, you were just thinking about Glow Studio. That's Glow Studio with the E, right? I was doing my research.
Yeah, STUDEO. I spelled it differently because I wanted to be unique, but it's still basic.
It's still good for SEO, even with
no, it's not good for SEO. You can't find it really.
Yeah, I knew you when it was just a side thing, and then dude, like I checked years later, and now you have like an IG following and all this sort of stuff. And when we reconnected later, I was like, oh, we're gonna grab lunch. We better capture this moment. So
yeah,
you're on here.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, of course. So one of the things I like to do on this podcast is kind of like very casual conversation between friends and get to know the behind the scenes of your business. I also have 4 different games for us today. So that's
I can't wait.
Yeah. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, really, there's 4 games. 1 for the aspiring business owners. 1 for the creator or business owner looking for more leads and business, and all that. 1 for the entrepreneurial SoCal ABB/ABG.
What is an ABB?
Yeah, it's the Kevin Wins. It's the
Asian.
Yeah.
Asian baby boys.
Yeah, that's right. Because one of my friends was like, dude, Tammy looks like an ABG. I was like, no, but I don't know about that. But do you get that comment a lot?
Everyone calls me ABG.
Probably. I was just trying to be nice, dude.
Wow. No, I looked hella ABG when I was growing up, though, in middle school and high school. I wore heavy makeup.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you guys send me the photo so I can pop it up on this podcast.
No. No.
I'll go through your archive somewhere.
All right.
If somebody has an old photo, post it in the comments or something so that I can find it. And then the last game, we're going to do a professional. Have you ever heard of Fuck, Marry, Kill?
Yeah.
We're going to do a professional Marry, Kill.
Oh, okay.
Wow, this sounds really bad. Pretend I'm a 5th grader. Tell me exactly what Glow Studio is and the the simplest level, like what do people give you money for? That sounds really bad.
To take photos. Yeah, pretty much just take a lot of product photos. I started doing some model photos recently, and I really enjoy that more than products because like I do a lot of styling. It's like you play with lighting. There's like multiple lights and a ton of props. Like it could be, you know, so many different props and products, and that could take like an hour, 2 hours just to style it and then take the photo. And that's not even including setting up the lights, not including editing, which could take an hour to 2 hours if I was really editing it.
Wait, I didn't know that you started, you moved beyond product photography. So you're doing like shooting models now and stuff too?
Yeah, I feel like it does go hand in hand because like a lot of brands want models in the photos or videos, but then they still want the product, like whether they're holding it or like it's a swatch on them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I got to ask you what prompted you to expand that later. But dude, there's so many freaking business models. I don't know if about you, but I always get targeted for like different ads and stuff like that. Like, oh, start a SMMA like agency, blah, 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 blah. So I'm kind of curious, how did you decide on doing product photography of all the business models out there?
Yeah, so I actually graduated with accounting, and then I worked in like, I guess like finance for a year, and I didn't like it. But during that time was when I started listening to entrepreneurial content about marketing as well. And I had an interest in that. So then I moved to marketing. And then as I was doing marketing, I tried a lot of different things. So I tried selling jewelry online. I tried social media management, website design. And then I had a client that I was doing website and social media for that asked me to do photos. So then that was like my first time getting paid for that outside of my day job. And I was like, oh, I enjoy doing this. Like, I didn't know I could get paid doing this. So then after that, I started practicing more shooting products, and I really enjoyed it.
Were you always like really creative and stuff?
No. I literally had no goals. I just wanted to have fun. I just hung out with friends all the time, like troublemaker. And then I feel like it wasn't until college when I was like watching a lot of YouTube content, a lot of fitness content. And like a lot of those people eventually go into starting businesses and stuff like that. So that's what started the interest.
Would you say that you're kind of like living the ABG life? Like would people categorize you like as the AB when you said you're like wild and back in the day? Like,
yeah, I would say definitely in high school.
Got it.
Yeah. So
I know you're like, you tried accounting. What made you go to accounting anyways? That's like so random.
Because my mom's in that field and she told me to do it. I'm like, okay, I don't know what else to do. I literally didn't think about anything long term. I was just like, day by day.
What didn't you kind of like enjoy about that?
Well, I would say first, I never had an interest in it. I just did it because I was like, I didn't know what to choose for my major. And even in school, like I don't know, it was like really hard to learn accounting. I would just like cheat off of friends. I'm like, if I don't have to go to class, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to like wing the tests and stuff. And it was like really boring.
Got it. Wasn't there like, I remember when we first met, weren't you doing ads too for a little bit for someone or no?
So when we first met before COVID, that's when I started a jewelry e-com shop with a friend, and we would do Instagram ads for that, but we've only done it a couple times. It wasn't like, oh, I was actively learning it.
Okay. Yeah. For some reason, I thought you like ran ads or something or during that time and all that. Dude, do you remember how we met?
Yeah, at the Asian Hustle Network event.
So Asian, bro. Like, I'm just like, holy.
Yeah, and we were volunteering there, helping, signing people in.
Yeah, but then even after, I think like we went to one of the events and we were just like co-working together with like a few other friends like Ronnie and stuff. So dude, that was like right before COVID. And that was the last time we actually like really, really talked from what I remember. Yeah,
I think we might have like talked a little bit after that event, but like, and then it's been years since we haven't spoke up until like recently when we got on a Zoom call.
Since I was like MIA during that time, what like as when you got your first, you told me that you got like your first paid gig and stuff, but what was the moment that made you realize that Glow Studio could be like more than just like a hobby or just like a gig thing?
At the end of the first year I was doing it, I gained a lot of traction on Instagram because I spent a lot of time doing reels and content creation, and I would spend a lot of time writing copy as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that kind of gave me a lot of traction. And then I was getting a ton of leads. I was getting a ton of inquiries. And then that's like when I thought like, oh, I could actually do this.
Do you remember the exact type of posts that were gaining traction at that time?
I would say at that time, I was doing a lot of BTS content, and then I was using audios that were motivational, and not a lot of people were doing that at that time.
Do you feel like that strategy would still work like 4 years?
Yeah, I don't think that type of strategy would work now, but it also depends. Like, maybe on your industry, and with the way Instagram is always changing and the algorithm and stuff like that, it's like hard to say. But I mean, it could work, you know, maybe for a certain person.
We'll probably talk more about it later, but when you are like looking for what kind of works and what doesn't, especially on like Instagram and stuff, what's your process like? How do you research like, oh, I should do a video on this and invest time into making this?
Honestly, don't have a strategy for that. It's really like, oh, what do I see that I kind of want to recreate, or like what I kind of feel an emotion from. Yeah. Like for example, I just created a reel yesterday and I came across this other reel, and it was the audio about saying like, oh, I'm not like anyone, like something like that. And then it's like, I don't want to be like nobody.
Yeah.
And then pretty much the person who used this, he showed some like clips of him, I think like working out or whatever. And then it was just like seeing more clips of him later. And what I did was I showed BTS and I showed my work.
Oh,
so just saying like, oh, I'm not like any other photographer. Like this is my work.
Okay. That's really interesting. Like, I think a lot of times, like, yeah, I sometimes forget the emotional piece and like, oh yeah, I actually watch this type of content. I've been honestly, like my guilty pleasure is like Riz content recently.
Like, what do you mean?
Like E-date Riz content, right? Like
online dating? Or what do you mean?
It'll be on like Discord. It's like Jason and Ween content where they're just like, they pop two people in a room and they have to Riz each other up. And it's like a dating show and stuff.
Is it like those channels like, is it like Cut or like the YouTube stuff?
Kind of like Cut, but it's like a ghetto version of Cut on Discord. You started Glow Studio, right? And so what were skills that you had before, like when you're like, I'm going to go full time into this? And what were the skills that you had to learn like up until now, like that you didn't realize that you had to learn?
So what I had before was, I would say just like very basic level marketing knowledge, like digital marketing knowledge, social media, website design. There is so much that I had to learn after that. I would say structuring a business, because there are just so many parts to a business. I'm a pretty detailed and organized person, so I like to like kind of lay things out, organize it, and that itself is like a whole nother thing. I use Notion. I think you use that too, right? I love
Notion. I'm a Notion nerd.
Yeah, I'm not the best at it, but like putting together CRM, like tracking clients, project management. And then when I first started, of course, I had to learn about like how to shoot, lighting, styling, props.
And it really blows my mind that you're able to do so much, because a lot of people think, oh, I need the best gear, but your camera is like on the older side. It's still the A7S2, you said?
A7R2.
R2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the most up-to-date camera, but you still like do amazing shots and stuff.
Yeah, what's funny is that I actually have a friend, he's out in Arizona and he does video and photo. And we got on a call maybe like a month ago or so, but he was like, oh, what do you use? I'm like, oh, I just use one camera, one lens. And then I don't even adjust my settings. He was like, that's crazy. He's like, he has so much gear and stuff. He's like, I can't believe you just do one thing.
Yeah, it's like really crazy. And I think it really goes to show that like these skills that you learned, you don't need the best stuff, but you can squeeze so much juice out of that like one thing, man. So yeah. You ready for the first game?
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So are you familiar with tier lists at all?
No.
Do you know what a tier list is?
Oh, well.
The gaming tier list?
Oh, no.
No. Basically, there's these skills at the bottom, right? SEO, networking, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put them from most important to least important and stuff.
Okay.
And we'll just go one by one with them.
Yeah.
So
A is most important. E is least.
Yeah. So,
and then what's placeholder?
Just ignore that. I couldn't delete these. This is actually for jewelry company, but I was like, dude.
Yeah, I was like, jewelry style. Is it because I used to sell jewelry?
Oh, well, I was talking about that on the vlog, but no.
Oh, okay.
It's because it was the only tier list that had like these skill sets, like the skill sets I wanted and stuff. So yeah. Let's go one by one and we'll just have fun with it. And you just tell me like where you put it. Like, again, if you start like 4 years ago, or you started 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, pretty much around that time.
Yeah. Like, how important do you feel like the skill set is? And if there's one missing too, I want to know at the end as well. Okay. I'll remind you.
Okay.
So SEO, how important, where would you put this?
Ooh, I would say that is pretty important, but usually overlooked. Maybe B?
B tier.
Yeah.
Interesting. Why not A tier or like C tier or anything like that, or lower?
I don't know. I feel like it's like grouped with content, copy, and stuff like that. So if you're doing that stuff, like that's gonna be a contribution to SEO. Is this for like when you start or just in general?
If you could learn these skills over again, like when starting your business, if you can go back in time and like learn these skills in order, like, basically important to that. And you can always rechange it too. If you decide, oh yeah, that's not important, we can change it, but solid B for sure.
Yeah, we'll just keep it there for now.
Okay. How about networking?
That's A.
A tier. Tell me about that.
Okay, so I never really spent time networking up until this year. And and it's crazy because I feel like it's so important for any type of business, and especially in the photography industry, because with service-based businesses, people go to referrals. People ask like, oh, who do you know? Who do you trust? Then they'll like kind of go to you, versus like you just see, there's so many photography studios out there. Like you just Google it and a ton pops up, but you don't know which one is trustworthy.
Yeah, especially in commoditized businesses with like everybody has access to cameras these days and they're more accessible than ever. So I would definitely agree with you there. Okay, interesting. A tier. Website design
or just having a website?
The skill of building a website.
I don't think it's maybe D?
Dude, you look like you want to say E.
Yeah, no, in my mind I was thinking E, but it's like you could just pay someone to do it, or like, because designing, it doesn't need to actually be super put together to start making sales or finding clients, but you can always brush it up.
So would you put it under D?
Yeah, let's do D, because you do need it.
Cool.
And you need to know like what you want on your website.
The next one I have is branding. Where would you put that?
Branding. I feel like it's definitely something I am still learning. And it's like an ongoing thing. I would say for photographers, it's not really super necessary, but it does help. Like I met this other photographer and she's just like talking about how your branding is important, because for her, she wanted to work with brands that are in the health and wellness space. Yeah. So she kind of positions herself as like someone who wants to help brands that want to do better for other people and the world. So
where would you put it?
C
tier? Okay. By the way, you don't need to fill up all the things. We'll probably organize it later, but because there's a lot. I'm
like, what looks the nicest here? Let me just fill it all up.
Here, I want to hide it and see you can't see it.
All right, that's probably better.
Okay. Social media.
A
tier.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I would say in terms of marketing your business, social media has been so helpful. Like, I would say it's more accessible versus like door to door. This one, and you can reach a much wider audience versus door to door or print. So I think, it's definitely necessary to advertise your business.
What, you don't think bandit signs work? Like, you know what a bandit sign? It's very popular in real estate.
Yeah, I know. It's like the flyer thing, right? That just stands.
It's like the ghetto ass like thing on the wires and stuff. And they're like, they have the, it's just an advertisement that they stick in the ground.
I mean, I'm sure those work, but then with that, like you're still limited to an area.
I was being very sarcastic, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry. I
guess I don't understand sarcasm.
How about tech skills?
Tech.
Software. For this, let's use software. Like, let's use software, like things like Photoshop and all that sort of stuff.
Well, you gotta know how to use Photoshop and Lightroom to edit your photos. So
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You can't just like shoot it and expect it to be great out of the camera and stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like shooting is maybe a third of it. Planning is another third, and then editing is like another thing too. I mean, depending on how your work is, like if you just do some filters, then maybe it's not that necessary. It's like Lightroom is so easy, but I do retouching. So it's like cleaning up everything, color grading, graphic designing. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. How about photography?
Yeah, that's A for sure. As a photographer, you don't know how to
Dude, I've seen people like do photography. Tell me, like, I don't do photography, but like, I've seen people who say that they're photographers and their composition sucks ass, dude. I'm like,
dude, there's so many photographers out there, and it's like not everyone's work is great, but they can click a button and call themselves a photographer, I guess.
Yeah, let's do sales.
This year, I'm spending a lot of time learning sales and business. Because the previous years, all I focused on was my photography skills and my creative direction.
What's your justification for sales being A tier?
If you can't sell, you don't have a business.
Yeah. So A tier, that makes sense. You need revenue. How about pricing?
Like learning how to price my services.
Pricing, yeah, exactly.
As a photographer, you decide your own prices. And of course, everyone's going to start off at a lower rate when you are a beginner. And then you really need to understand like how to price things, because everything is different, or not everything is different. I would say my type of work, there's a lot of components to it, and you have to structure the pricing different for every component. And like that's just for every component. That's not even including like how much you should price each component.
Yeah. By the way, I'm just giving you the bitch face just so that you justify it. So it like it makes you uncomfortable and makes you justify your answers.
Oh, I'm not uncomfortable.
I'm not expecting any answers, by the way.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go into packaging. Do you know what packaging is?
How I package my
It's
services?
how you package and position your offers. It's a little different from pricing. Pricing is like how much you charge, but packaging is how you create offers, like whether how you create your offer and how you position your offer.
I feel like it's very similar to pricing, and I mean, it goes with pricing and sales. So I feel like A
tier. Okay. It's customer service for clients.
Yeah, I would say A. That's pretty important. Like you need to be able to service your clients in a professional manner. And for sure in photography, you got to be flexible. I feel like depending on what the client's needs are, or if like things come up, or if they want to adjust things. Yeah.
Cool. Finance.
I mean, finance is important. However, I'm just going to put it as C. My finances are just all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Or maybe B, because it is important.
So with B, you're putting it next to SEO. With C, you're putting it next to branding. D is website.
Yeah. So B.
B? Okay.
Yeah.
So the IRS doesn't come after you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I do all Zelle, so I mean, it's not like they can actually come after me. Just kidding. I don't know anything.
Tell me how much.
I don't know anything.
Tell me how much in cash transactions you've done through Zelle that you have not reported to the IRS.
I report everything. If you're watching IRS.
The skill of hiring. Where would you rank that? Dude, I love it.
You're trying to get that?
We're definitely keeping that in, by the way. We're keeping all this in.
It's not that important. I would say C.
C tier.
But yeah, But if you do want to grow a business with a team, I mean, to grow a business, you need more people. So if you want a team, you eventually need to learn.
Yeah. And remember, this is like the beginning, like your beginning and stuff like that.
Oh, this is beginning. I thought you said it's overall general.
Oh, no. This is all beginning. Are you going to change any of your answers? We'll take a look at the end, actually.
Okay.
And do it.
Yeah.
And then let's say email marketing.
E. I don't do any email marketing.
No reactivation campaigns, nothing.
No, nothing.
Marketing.
What type of marketing or just general?
I mean, we already covered social media. So let's talk about paid media for a second. Like, let's consider marketing as paid media in this case, because we already did SEO and stuff like that.
I would say paid media, E. Oh, you want me to elaborate?
Yeah. That's why I'm not in my head.
You're like waiting. Actually, I've never paid for anything and I don't think it's necessary. The other thing is like, I feel like if you really want paid ads to work, you're going to have to spend a decent amount of money for it to collect the data and then make sure it pushes your content to the right people. But it's like, you already have so much going on. That's not that important. And like in the beginning, you don't really have that many funds to spend on things.
Okay, cool. So here's a list. Is there anything that you would like to readjust for baby Tammy?
For the beginning. Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. What were some reasons for the readjustments that you were like, oh man, I really changed my mind? Some of the stuff is like pretty apparent. Like if you're you're not going to hire as a beginner typically, right?
Yeah. And finances, I moved it down because, I mean, you're probably not going to have that much stuff to track anyways. Website, I would say in the beginning, you should have a website and just have your work on there. But like, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. It could just be your portfolio. Tech, I would say you could start with the basics in the beginning. Like you don't need to learn all the different apps and software. You should start with, I would say, one thing at a time and just practice that. And then eventually like learn other skills. Sales.
Yeah, you drop that down.
Yeah.
Kind of like having the sales conversation, see what they need, identify the problems, the impact of those, their budgets, all that sort of stuff. That's like what I consider sales. I actually would agree with you, surprisingly.
Why do you agree?
Because I feel like if you have really great packaging and really good pricing, again, you don't need to be the best salesperson or anything like that. Like it's good enough. It'll do half your selling for you. So if you focus more on making the offer really good, you don't need persuasive or sales skills as much, still important, but it's not as important.
Yeah, I feel like it's not as important as the work that you do.
Yeah, I would agree with your list. What I like about your list really quickly is like your A tier is like focused on network making. Like honestly, making friends is like one of the most important skills in my opinion. Just referrals, and even when you hire later, you just know the people that hire and all that. Social media, I feel like it's the ultimate lead gen, where people just meet you where you're at. There's organic reach. If you do a website post, no one's going to just freaking go to it, right?
Yeah, the blog, like who, I don't know if anyone read my blogs, but
yeah. I mean, I read them just for this podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you?
Yeah,
oh my God, those are so old.
Yeah. I think I pointed out an error on your like website, I think a while back or something like that. I can't remember if your website or someone else's. Photography, you got to fulfill the business. So that makes sense
that's your service.
Making sure your clients are happy and they'll pay you again. I think that's really important. Pricing and packaging and all that. So I think we're good with that. How'd that tier list feel for you?
Good. I've actually never thought about all the components of a business and seeing what is important and what isn't. Yeah. Because I'm just really in the day to day when it's kind of me doing majority of the stuff. So it's just like what needs to get done. Yeah.
And even as I listen to your story, there's just like so many tangential skills that you've kind of tacked on over like the years and stuff, even though you probably learned like basics of finance and accounting and bookkeeping like in college.
I didn't learn anything.
D tier. That was D tier, bro.
I didn't learn anything.
Just kidding. Yeah, but it's interesting. Okay. Let's talk about business next. So we're moving on to the next thing. Let's talk about revenue streams. So earlier you mentioned you tacked on shooting models and stuff, and I would consider that as a different service or a different revenue stream. You don't have to give numbers, by the way, but what are your main sources of revenue right now?
Just my photography services.
Can you break down your different photography services and stuff, or do you just have like product photography and models or whatever? Like, what are your actual services that you have right now?
So product photography, that can be e-com, lifestyle, which is like usually with models or just like out in the open, wherever. And then still life. Still life is what majority of my work is. And it's pretty much stylized photos that are staged. Yeah. And then stop motion, which is GIFs. It's pretty much the same thing, but just multiple photos compiled together so that it kind of looks like a video.
Oh, got it. It's like a GIF. Just a GIF.
Yeah.
Do you create memes for your clients too?
No memes. No, I would say my photography services are geared towards the commercial side because it's very polished, clean versus like lifestyle content, just like whatever, for social. This is like what people use on their websites, advertising, marketing, social as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. More versus like UGC, like content and stuff.
Yeah. But I do think that the way social media is trending, it's towards UGC, more raw type of content, not so much super polished. And with that, I've picked up other skills. So video is something that I've been learning recently.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've done video as well. And then I'll shoot models. Yeah, I would say that's majority of my services. I do have a graphic designer that works with me. So sometimes she'll do graphic design or sales / marketing, I guess, like materials.
Oh, interesting. With that being said, you said that there's like, you're noticing different trends and you're learning videos and stuff. Are there any revenue streams that you want to add to the business too at the moment? Like the ones that you mentioned?
Yeah, I have been thinking about doing YouTube. I feel like that would help me build a personal brand because I honestly don't really post anything on my personal Instagram. I haven't posted in over a year.
I think like 2 years, dude.
No, I think it's a year.
Is it
2 years? No, I think it's a year. Yeah, about a year. I do post on my stories here and there, not really so much. Majority of my posting is on my business page, and that is like a lot of BTS content. But I don't really speak in front of the camera or do that many voiceovers. Yeah, so I feel like YouTube would be a good platform for that.
Yeah. I find that like, obviously I'm biased because I love YouTube. I think it's the ultimate like conversion engine, and clients are always really curious about like what goes behind the scenes and like what you actually do. And it's a very subtle way to flex like, oh dude, this is all that you guys don't see. They have the time to just see the final product, but they don't know that you're editing, scrubbing all these like small details out and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I just made all that shit up.
No, that's true because there's so much work that goes into a project, but most people don't see it. And it's like, and it's like, it's hard to also explain everything. And it's like, they don't see how detailed I am in the photo shoot where I'm like literally moving everything inch by inch just to get the perfect shot.
And we have a whole segment on that, by the way, about like, cause I know how much work goes into photography. So we'll talk about that more. But, I think most people would rather consume that entertainment wise versus like, hey, let me tell you all the stuff I do for you and you should pay me more. Like it's a lot easier through content because it's entertainment too.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's talk about marketing now. Paint me your customer journey. So like, how does someone like typically find you and work with you?
Yeah. So earlier I mentioned that I spent a lot of time creating content on Instagram, and that's pretty much where majority of my leads and clients come from. And I would say at that time, because I spent a lot of time writing long copy, that actually helped with my SEO. And now I do get a lot of leads that come from Google.
Oh, wow. So you're getting like leads to SEO, but you put it on like FT, tier. No, just kidding.
I think it's just like, I wouldn't say magically happened. Of course I did the work. I just didn't know like that would help me Yeah, but it's funny because my Instagram pops up, but not my website.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably because you don't have any blog content on there, huh?
Yeah, I think that's why. I don't have that much blog content, that much copy, but I post a lot on Instagram back then. And so if you look up Los Angeles product photographer, I'm the first search.
Okay. Got it. Is there anything that you're thinking about changing in terms of your like marketing these days with everything changing?
I feel like adding YouTube would definitely help. Would you consider networking as marketing or not really?
Referral. Yeah. I consider strategic relationships like marketing because some of my like best referrals come from my friends and they're talking about me and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I like host a lot of events and stuff like creator events and all that sort of stuff. So people can meet each other and they, I mean, I don't do it for the sake of, oh, I'm trying to transactionalize everything.
Yeah.
But it's just like people just remember when you do really great things. So I think, yeah, I would consider that as a form of marketing.
Yeah. And I feel
marketing,
like, yeah, I do get a lot of referrals too. And then reviews, testimonials. I have not touched that, but I know I definitely need to get that set up, like Google reviews, have some on my website as well.
Speaking about testimonials and stuff, let's talk about positioning. Hopefully your ideal client is watching this trash podcast show. Walk me through your ideal client. Walk me through your nightmare client, your client from hell. We'll start off with that and then I'll ask a follow-up.
An ideal client is someone that trusts my creative direction and just lets me do whatever concepts I come up with. I love coming up with like different concepts, shooting different things, whatever sparks my interest when I'm looking for inspo. And they're like pretty easy, really chill. Just trust me. Once I deliver everything, they're like good to go. Cause I'm pretty detailed. Like I'll put together a shoot plan, mood board, shot list, references. Yeah. Someone that just trusts me and is not picky. And then a nightmare client would be someone that maybe seems chill off the bat, like, oh, you know, like we'll do this, we'll do that. But then when it comes to the shooting or the editing, they want a lot of revisions. They like go back and forth with it and they're like, oh, can we try this? Or can we try that? But it's like, just tell me what you want to do. Yeah. But then also I do understand that as someone who maybe doesn't understand all the components of editing or photography, they aren't sure what they want. So I do understand that. And that's why you do have to be flexible in this industry.
Can you name me a project where you were working with the ideal client that you really liked, that both you and the client really loved the outcome? Is there a certain like project that comes to mind?
Yeah, I would say a lot of my cannabis clients are more chill.
That makes sense. Of course.
Yeah, because there are some that I've worked with for years.
Yeah.
And they sometimes, you know, they'll come to me for a project and I don't even have to put together a whole shot list. I just send a mood board and they're like, oh, good. And I don't have to be like, oh, we're going to do this product, this concept, these props. It's just a mood board. And then I just do my thing. And then they're like, oh, I love it.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know with cannabis, companies too, a lot of them, you can't run ads and stuff. There's like a lot of restrictions and stuff. So I feel like that having like really good social media posts and all that probably matters a lot more. Would you say? I don't know. I just made that up, but what do you think?
The first part, I was like, yeah. And then you're like, social media doesn't matter. No.
Social media probably matters a lot more for them. Right? That's my assumption.
I would say with the cannabis industry, social media matters. However, it's more like retail and in-person marketing that is more important than social media.
So for a cannabis company, why would they hire you specifically?
Media is still important. You still got to be posting. You still got to create an audience online.
That is true. Speaking about that, let's talk sales.
Okay.
Walk me through kind of your sales process right now. Basically, how do you make sure that you get the ideal clients and avoid the clients from hell? What are some of the ticks that you notice? So for example, they passed the vibe check, right? Is that what the kids say? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Fucking boomer, bro. I'm 36. How old are you again?
I'm 29.
Okay, so you're like way younger than me. I think kids say pass the vibe check, right?
I don't know. I don't keep up with the TikTok. I don't even use TikTok.
Yeah, I got brain rot. Anyways, what are some of those like signals that you see people like say when they're talking about a project with you? That are red flags or green flags?
Yeah, so I would say my process is pretty much I have them fill out an inquiry form on my website. And then from there, I'll get an idea of what they need, what products they have. I can go check out their social, their website, and then I have them select their budget range.
That's the important one.
Yeah, sometimes people just, I don't know, put something random, like they're not sure. So after I get that information, I set up a Google Meet call. Yeah, in the beginning, I just did phone calls, but Google, like video calls, way better because you can see them, actually build a better connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, I, on the call, kind of get some information about the business, what their products are, what they're looking for, what type of content, and what their budget is, like how many photos or videos they need.
What would you say is the difference between, like, this actually goes into my next thing about offers, but what are, when you're doing a higher price project versus like a lower price project, what's the pricing difference? Like, what is the difference in terms of the deliverables of what a client gets? Or it might not be, it might be value based, but like, what's the difference between high end and low end, I guess?
So for me, I actually don't have set packages. Everything is custom based depending on the project. So I would say something on the lower pricing would be e-com work because it's just white background. It's straightforward. You just shoot it straight on, move the different sides of the product. And then something that is much higher would be still life that is super stylized. So it could be a ton of props. Yeah.
I guess like when you are pricing, since you're doing everything like custom proposals and all that sort of stuff too, what are some of the factors that you kind of consider that clients might not think about when it comes in terms of pricing? So you mentioned a great example you mentioned was like the backgrounds. If it's a white background, like it's pretty easy and stuff like that. But what are some of those factors that will like kind of increase the pricing of a project?
Yeah, I would say what clients don't really consider is how much work goes into a specific type of image or video. A lot of times I would say they are just considering how many photos they might get in the end. And they don't, yeah. And a lot of times people don't understand, like, you know, something that might be like perishable or let's say something that melts, right?
Oh, like your ice cream thing?
Oh, my ice cream thing was fake. So that was fine. But yeah, like let's say someone wanted to use like ice or like real ice cream. So that would be much harder, right? You probably need a cooler, you probably need dry ice, and you need to move faster. But there's so many hot lights that you have a shorter amount of time. And let's say you mess up, you didn't like the shot, you have to redo that whole thing again. Yeah. So timing, people don't
complexity of the shoot.
Yeah.
Anything else
that they don't consider?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say mainly just how complex and how much time goes into a certain project.
Oh yeah, this is the part that I wanted to talk about like earlier. Let's talk about fulfillment. So your actual services and stuff. I'm sure your clients see all the photos. They see all the, how many photos do I get and all that? But what are all the high effort things that your clients don't see behind the scenes?
I would say putting together the shoot plan, depending on how complex the concept is. So a lot of times I find reference photos to put into the shoot plan, and that way they already have a visual understanding of how similar it could look to that, like the end result. And a lot of times, like if I just say like, oh, I'm gonna have like these props or whatever, it's hard to understand like what the final image is gonna look like. Sometimes that can take a long time because I have to find like, oh, let's say they wanted these different themes, nighttime, a night theme, a morning theme, a resting theme, a calm theme, energy theme. Like, it's hard to kind of conceptualize how to put a photo together for each of those themes.
Yeah.
It's even harder to find references. And then on top of that, I have to consider like how I want to shoot it, how I want the end result to look like.
Yeah.
And then finding that and showing them that.
Do you feel like a lot of other product shoot like companies and stuff also do the same thing? Or what do you feel like makes your process really different?
I would say a lot of commercial photographies and productions do put together extensive shot lists like that. And I would say they put together something that is even more detailed than what I have. Because I've assisted other photographers that worked on bigger shoots, and their shot list could be like 1 page per photo. And that's like, oh, these products are going to be in there. This is the angle. These are the models. These are the props. And then a reference photo. And like, let's say there's, I don't know, 20 to 30 photos, right? That's like each page for each photo.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
How do you feel like your Glow is like kind of different from other product photography or just photography businesses in general? Like, I think on our offline call, on our Zoom call, when we were catching up, you're saying like, oh yeah, like looks really clean or something like that. Like, what are some of those things that the clients say? I don't know. I made that up. I remember you saying something like that.
Yeah. So I would say how I'm different from other product photographers is that I love putting together different concepts, whatever I see that sparks my interest. And I like to consume content from different industries, whether it's, I would say music, shows.
Like music videos and stuff, Dude, you're not the first person that told me that. Like my other artist friend, she's like, she gets a lot inspo from like music videos and like movies and all that sort of stuff too. What are your favorite forms of media to consume? What shit do you watch?
Oh, like what type of stuff?
Yeah. Do you draw like inspiration from?
I love watching, I would say, music competition shows, but not the ones in America. I watch a lot of Asian ones. I watch
Korean or Japanese?
Korean, Chinese.
Okay.
I was really into the fitness industry. So I think in the beginning, that was like a huge inspiration as well. I like fashion. I think...
Why are you laughing?
No, because like I feel like my boyfriend really lacks in his fashion taste.
Is he basically Kevin Wynn build or like what?
I'm not familiar with
a Kevin Wynn build. Oh, what's his sense of fashion? I don't.
It's the dude. It's just like jeans and a shirt, but like
that's me.
but like he wears those shirts with like the couple buttons, quarter button ups, or like polos.
Oh yeah.
He's around a lot of white people. I'm assuming that's what they all wear. He's very basic.
Basic white people, like
he doesn't care about fashion. It's just like more about how efficient it would be for him, his lifestyle.
I like that. I like that utilitarianism. It's like really easy.
Yeah, probably because he's in the military. So it's like you wear your uniform all the time. So
dude, I probably get along with him, dude. I have like 8 of these like black cut shirts in my closet, 2 white ones I never wear, and that's it.
That's it.
And jujitsu gear. That's all I have. So.
Yeah, he's probably on board with that.
We're probably like we'll probably get along pretty well. Great. Is there anything else that you want to add to that or anything like that?
I would say architecture or like interior design.
Yeah, got the Canto crew in here, bro. I love this. This is why I like shooting in public places, because you just never know what's happening. And it is very like...
And he's just wearing his swim trunks.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hopefully I don't get canceled. Let's get into the second game. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's
another tier list?
It's another tier list. This one is a lot quicker. But basically, should I show you it? I'll move it for you and I'll let you look at it at the end.
Okay.
But this tier list is about... the different social medias, about like what generates the most leads for you right now. Actually, let's change it. What you believe is most important for your business right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before you ask me, I'm just gonna be honest. I only really use Instagram.
So that's like what, D?
Huh?
That's like what, D tier?
That's A.
I'm just kidding with you.
I was like,
It's actually, this one's out of S tier. So S tier is like God tier in fighting games and stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like S tier. So,
okay. So what is it? S, A, B, C, D?
S, A, B, C, D.
Okay.
Yeah. Since you obviously use Instagram right now, but like, let's look in the future, like for this year and next year, right? What are your biggest priorities? Let's all name each of the social media one by one and we'll rank them.
Okay.
Let's do the boomer one, Facebook.
Oh my God. I don't even use Facebook. The other day I was trying to log in and then it says like,
You got hacked.
your account is deactivated or like you can't log in. I was like, what?
Oh man.
But and then I just checked recently and it just like logged in.
No wonder we're not friends on Facebook. I'm a boomer, man.
No.
I think we are connected on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are.
So where would you rank that, D?
D. Just because I don't use it. I mean, I have it connected to my Instagram. So when I post, it does post on there. But it's not, I never check it.
Dude, what the hell is this happy face one? Do you know?
I don't know. Where did you find this?
I don't freaking know. I have no idea. I'm a boomer. TikTok.
It's pretty important. However, I don't really use it. I will say I'm going to put it with S because I know it's important.
S tier? That's your biggest priority next year or these 2 years? You're going to put it S tier? Or
I
F
should. Wait, F?
S tier, like the God
highest.
tier. That's God tier.
Okay, maybe one under.
Okay, A tier. It's up to you. I don't care either way, but
Actually, I really don't know much about TikTok. I don't even use it, so I'm not sure. But I'll just put it the second one just because I know it's important.
okay. YouTube.
I'll put it with TikTok.
A tier.
Actually, the one B.
Slightly judging you, but okay. Tell me about that. Why B versus A?
I mean, it could change later, but right now I haven't posted anything on YouTube. I do know that it is very helpful for business or in general, like if you want to be a content creator and stuff like that. I also don't know much about it besides consuming content on there. So I don't really know how it's going to help me, but I know that it will.
Okay. Reddit.
Reddit? I don't use Reddit. Okay, the last one.
D.
Yeah, Reddit's like people post questions and
you know what? It's interesting because I know that people used to do like affiliates and stuff like that on Reddit, but now it's like very frowned upon. That was like really early Reddit. And now like people, like what I see is like people like post organic content on Reddit too, and it gets traction that way. So I've seen people do that. But
so is it like kind of like Tumblr?
I never used Tumblr.
Oh, you never used Tumblr?
I just remember a lot of like adult girls use like Tumblr a lot back in the day, but I don't really know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I used it starting in middle school or something.
Oh, wow.
You just like repost stuff or you can post stuff on there, write blogs as well. And you can post anything on there. So yeah.
Speaking about reposting, Twitter.
I don't use Twitter. I'll put it at the last one. It's called X now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
X. Yeah. Shit. Boomer. By the way, quick note about that. Do you know like phones? Like I have an iPhone 4 in my bathroom right now. Like
iPhone 4?
In my bathroom. Like I still have it after all these years. It's actually my friend. He gifted it to me. But
recently?
Yeah. But did you know that people will pay like thousands of dollars just for like the original Twitter icon on a phone? It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah, instead of the X logo. Crazy stuff.
Wait, what?
They'll pay for the old iPhone with the original Twitter thing.
Wait, why? Like they just want to see
It's like a collectible.
Oh,
yeah.
Or is it like they want their feed to be how it was back then?
No, it's just to have that icon. It's like a collectible because you can never get it again, really, you know?
Yeah, like iPods.
Yeah, dude, I don't even know where mine is. I think I lost it.
Yeah. I probably threw mine away.
Yeah. Next one. Snapchat.
I don't use Snapchat, so I'll put it in the last one.
That's like a high school app from what I heard. A lot of high schoolers use Snapchat.
I'm actually surprised people still use it, but I do hear that some people still use it. Like some of my friends still use it. But yeah, I think I used it in high school. Yeah.
I call my friend, I have one friend that uses it. That's my age. I call him a PDF all the time.
Oh, what?
PDF.
PDF?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it has a very, very young, like...
Wait, PDF? Like the document?
Let's say it's a signal for they really like kids.
Okay.
To a very...
Okay, I get it. I get it now.
Okay, let's move on. Pinterest.
So I do post on there and I do get a good amount of monthly views. However, I don't really know how to properly use it.
Attribute, yeah.
Yeah, and I have gotten maybe a few inquiries from there. Not too many. Put in the third one.
Third one?
With YouTube.
Oh, YouTube? Okay. Wait, you put TikTok over Pinterest where you didn't make any money through TikTok yet?
Oh, actually, let's move up. Actually, let's swap.
You want to swap?
The YouTube and Pinterest up and then TikTok down.
Oh, really? Why that? Like this? Like this? Like that?
Yeah, because YouTube and Pinterest, I look for inspo. I can find knowledge on there as well. So I feel like that is important, like overall, generally for business. However, for me posting, maybe not so much.
Plus 10 aura. Thank you.
Huh?
I said plus 10 aura.
What is that?
Oh, never mind. It's a Gen Alpha brain rot shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Discord.
I don't know. I don't use Discord. So
I don't think I've seen people. Oh, actually, Discord communities. I've seen. I've actually hired off of Discord communities before. Yeah, it's a really great place to like hire actually, and just like connect with people and stuff. I think communities are like really huge. But
yeah, I guess those like group chats and stuff like that are helpful for when you're like searching for things like Facebook groups and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't use Discord, so what?
Yeah.
D for Discord.
Yeah. Or whatever.
What the is this T thing? It's not TikTok. Tumblr? Is Tumblr still around?
I think so.
Where do you want to put that?
I don't know anyone who still uses it.
Zanga. No, I'm just kidding.
Zanga. I don't know if I ever used that.
I'm just kidding. That's a boomer app. Instagram.
Top.
Cool. This is your tier list.
Yeah, looks about right.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Anything that you like to change, keep?
Maybe I would move Facebook up.
Really?
One.
Like up to C?
Yeah.
To S?
Huh?
To S tier? No, just kidding.
No, not to S. Yeah, just because you can still do a lot of things on there. Like you can go on Facebook Marketplace. Like if I need to buy something for my studio, then that's what I would go.
More for logistical like type of things. Like
yeah.
Okay. Cool. So those are your current social media things. Okay, we're going to get into spicy questions.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think this first one's too spicy. What was the single most unexpected FML disaster you faced while growing Glow Studio, and how did you turn it around? Basically, your biggest challenge and how you turn it around.
I would say my biggest challenge is slow seasons. I feel like because this is my main source of income, sometimes when things are good and then it becomes bad, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, what can I do to generate more income or like more clients? Yeah. So I feel like any business owner does really get affected when things are not going the way they wanted it to go or they plan to go.
In your business, what are the busy seasons and slow seasons?
I would say in the beginning of the year, it's pretty busy. I think it's like, oh, new start. Everyone wants to start a business or like put money into marketing. And then I would say probably holidays and like towards the end of the year. as well.
Busy.
Yeah, busy.
Yeah. That makes sense because of Black Friday, probably biggest e-commerce like season.
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't think people know, but you have quite a bit of overhead because you have a studio and stuff too, right?
I do have a studio. It is not as big because I share it with three other people.
Like space. Okay.
Yeah.
How does that work out? Like, do you have to book it?
We kind of just use Google Calendar to block off when someone's going to use it and stuff like that. So last year we had 5 people total, and it was a little bit hectic because we also used it as an office. Well, not me, because I just work from home. I go in when I need a shoot. And then this year we wanted to start renting it out. So we kind of cleared out majority of the office stuff. It's kind of, we have 2 like different basic sets and then like an empty area if you need to shoot backdrops or product photography. You definitely need space. You're going to need your lighting space for your lighting equipment, your products and stuff like that.
That makes sense. Okay. You mentioned the ups and downs and volatility of your revenue during like the slow seasons and busy seasons. What do you find yourself doing during those like slower seasons? Like, how do you kind of mitigate that, turn that around, or do you just like budget appropriately and use your finance background? Just kidding.
I'm fine. Like I said, I don't do much with finance. Dude, this year I have not tracked any finance. I've like been good with it in the past, but this year I have not. I really need to start.
IRS. She hasn't paid her estimated.
No,
tax.
I have done that. I just haven't tracked it. So during slow seasons, I focus on content. I focus on planning and seeing what other things I can do, like where I need to revamp like my website, maybe like put together a more structured business strategy. I would say that stuff. Whatever stuff I can't really focus on when I'm super busy with client work. Because when I'm super busy with that, it's like I'm literally just focusing on projects. I don't have time to update my website. I don't really have time to put together a lot of content or even especially thoughtful content. Yeah,
that makes sense. So you're kind of batching content for like future biz dev and stuff like that. Okay. This question I'm kind of interested in. It's like you kind of talked about the volatility of the business. And you can feel free to answer this or not, but what are some challenges that you're like literally going through right now? Because I think especially on social media, everybody has like, oh yeah, everything's fucking great. But it's really not.
It's not.
What are some of the I think it would be really interesting because if we ever do a follow-up, it'd be really interesting to see some of the problems that you're like, how you kind of solve those problems in the future. So what are some of the things that you're kind of challenges that you're experiencing right now?
Yeah. So I would say in the beginning of the year, it was so busy, I could barely keep up. And then now I would say it's like slowed down. And I feel like other photographers have mentioned this too. I think this year, maybe the recession. Yeah. So that's like what I'm dealing with. And also I just started kind of like a new job. Not really like a full-time 9-to-5 job, but it could get to that point.
It's kind of like contract right now?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I can still do my other stuff. So this brand hired me and it is not really the most organized business structure. So I kind of have to manage all of the marketing stuff and the content. And then I have to delegate tasks to other people that are going to be helping me. So that could be the graphic designer or the person doing the influencer program and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is my first week. So there's like a lot that I need to figure out, especially when a business is not organized and structured. Yeah. I kind of have to come in and help them structure that and organize everything, which I don't mind because I really enjoy organization. And I feel like it's really important for me to kind of piece all the things together and not be a mess.
Yeah. I really like how you brought that up too. It's like, I don't know if you realize the same thing, but especially in the slower revenue months and stuff, like something I realized is that I can take any of the skill sets that we kind of did in that tier list earlier and just like repackage them and be a contractor and gain revenue that way and stuff like that. So I've been asked to like kind of do content strategy for people. I've been asked to do like obviously high ticket sales and stuff because I got the Riz, right? The fucking high ticket Riz logo.
I've had a client come to me recently was like, oh, like, do you still do websites? And I'm like, no, but my assistant can do it because I don't really enjoy doing websites and I don't really want to do it. I mean, I could do it.
Yeah. And the thing is like, I feel like in those cases, people just want to pay for your like
knowledge.
Not even your knowledge. It's your standard of work, right? Because I mean, like if I hire the right people and stuff, I have a certain standard and stuff and the quality of output. I think people care more like at the higher levels. I think that's what people pay you for, not just like just doing the work anymore. Okay, let's pick up the pace.
Why is it the camera almost?
Yeah, the camera is dying. No, we're almost done. But like advice and insights. So what's the worst piece of advice you were given and followed? And why was that piece of advice so bad?
Honestly, no.
You never got bad advice before?
No. I mean, there's nothing that comes to mind. Can you give me an example? Maybe
like my example for me?
Yeah.
I think in sales, right? Some of the worst sales advice I got was like typical shit that you hear from all the like Wolf of Wall Street. Just like ABC, always be closing, always pound the phones, blah 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 blah. I'm like, dude, this is the dumbest shit I've heard. And you know, in the past when I was first starting, I tried this and I got really burnt out, and it wasn't sustainable. And that's when I learned to be a little bit more strategic. Content, you gotta niche down, you gotta like post consistently and all this sort of stuff. But you know, every person that I know that niche down burnt out. And I've done niche channels. I used to have an investing channel back in the day. I stopped posting to it.
Like stocks and stuff? Okay.
Honestly, I've seen people's YouTube channels just blow up from one piece of quality content.
For a niche channel or just in general?
Just in general. It could be a niche thing. So, you know, like a lot of people think that, oh, I have to post all the time on all that. But you just need one piece of killer content that will drive like leads into your business or your funnel, whatever you have, right? Like one of my friends, she did a killer YouTube intro video that got like 500,000 views, right? And that's her first blow up video, but she literally went from making 200 to 300 per month to literally $15,000.
I think you told me about her and you showed me her page, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And she's a creative.
She's a creator. Yeah. So that's like kind of the advice that I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I would say I've heard niche down as well for like since the beginning of my photography journey. And I've always had a really hard time doing that. And I still have never actually niche down. I shoot a lot of stuff. I still post a lot of stuff. And I think that it doesn't have to be a specific industry. It could be like, maybe a specific type of concept. So that can be like, for me, it'll be like a lot of styling and props. So that's like what my niche is, but it's not really like, oh, I only do beauty or I only do cannabis. Yeah. And then
do you feel like your clients care at all that you've done cannabis or
I mean, if they come to me, they probably don't care. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think as long as they can see something that I've done that they would want for themselves, they don't care that I do a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I think what stands out to me about like the work I've seen about you is like the contrast in color, the contrast in the colors and the brand aesthetic. Like it's very aligned. It's very like eye pleasing. And definitely if I'm scrolling, it's a scroll stopper for sure. Next piece of advice and insights. What's one piece of game changing advice that no one talks about that everybody needs to know?
Networking.
Damn, that's a huge theme for you, this podcast.
I would say probably because I didn't do it in the past, but now I'm doing it. And it's been really helpful because as someone who kind of just works on her own, it's not like I have coworkers or like a lot of people to go to for maybe like, soundboard or advice. Back then, when I didn't network, when I just stayed at home, worked all day and all that stuff, find knowledge online by myself. But after I started networking, I have friends from different industries, even if they're not in the photography industry, and friends that do different types of photography or videography that I can go to for advice. I can ask any question, or, especially with pricing, like that's so hard. Like you don't really find information out there, but if you can go to a friend and just ask them, then they're more willing to help you with that. And having a lot of connections, people will refer you. And right now with my new job, I'm like out a lot. I'm meeting so many people every single day.
And it's also really good for BD too, like business development, just to like, if you have like for me, like for example, I do contract work for Ali Abdul. He's one of my clients, big YouTuber. But since I have a few products that are like different products from Ali, but they're like YouTube masterminds and stuff. I meet so many creators, and some of them actually like wanted to work with me somehow, some way. And I think it's a great way to drive revenue too.
Yeah. It definitely helps with like when you are struggling, and also helps drive leads, and more opportunities come. And the more people like that's going to be a huge benefit in business.
Are they unconventional strategies that you tried that has like boosted your business at all? And feel free to say no if there's nothing.
Yeah, I don't think I've done anything crazy.
No, like OnlyFans funnel to photography? No?
Damn, if I was doing that, I'd be making so much money. But no.
Oh, okay. Cool. Let's go.
Have you?
OnlyFans?
No. Have you done it?
OnlyFans.
All right. What's your username?
In terms of unconventional strategies, actually, when it comes to email inquiries or anything like that, I send them a video, like a Loom video and stuff before the call.
Oh, you just send them a short video?
Yeah, I send them a short Loom video. Just like, hey, this is not an AI bot. This is actually me. I'm looking through your website, blah, blah, blah. I'm curious about these things. Can't wait to speak to you. It just adds another level of personal touch, So I do it for email replies, even like if someone's reaching out to me for anything. So I'll shoot something really, really simple. And it doesn't have to be great.
And you do one for each inquiry?
Sometimes, yeah. It depends. I mean, if there's someone if it's a nightmare client, no way. But I'll just like disqualify immediately. But like, I think about the non-scalable things that just add a human touch to things, like even customer journey, sending a gift or something like that, a book or a letter, a handwritten letter, something like that. Because it's not only, one, it's like, I think the primary thing is just a nice thing to do, just as a person to person. But two, like if you want to talk about business and all that, having that touch point, the relationship, it increases the lifetime value of your client if they stick and they have recurring services and then the referrals. So I just always try to find ways I think it's just a really nice touch for like services and stuff.
Yeah. Personalized gifts. It's something that I do want to do in the future, and it makes a difference. Okay.
Unique perspectives. What's something that you believe that everyone else in your industry thinks you're crazy for?
That's crazy?
Yeah, that people would think that you're crazy for.
I don't think so.
Nothing?
I honestly don't even know what other people think of me.
Oh, no. I'm talking about in your industry, popular industry beliefs. Oh, yeah. Some of the examples I gave earlier, like always be closing and stuff. Like people will just like harass the out of you until like you buy from them. That's like the ABC thing. But I don't believe in that. I believe in like telling people, hey, don't do it then. If there's like, I don't believe in an objection handle. I'm just like, hey, it seems like there's a lot of hesitation. There's no need to do it then. And then surprisingly, people will come back sometimes or on all that.
I don't think so.
No worries. We'll move on. Next question.
Yeah.
What do most people get completely wrong about hiring like a photography studio or service like yours?
What are some hidden benefits of working with me?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone might not realize, right?
Okay, got it. I would say I spend a lot of time consuming content on marketing, branding, business. And since I did come from a marketing background, there's other things that I have learned in the past that I could be like, I think this could be a good suggestion for your business or something. And because I do also have a lot of friends, like business friends, for example, there was this one brand that came to me and they pretty much had a panda logo. And my friend has
Panda Express.
no. It's not Panda Express. No, I wish.
I was like, Panda logo?
No. Okay. So the thing is that like my friend, he opened up a juice spot and he was trying to he actually had a Panda logo. And then he got a letter from Panda Express saying like you can't use it. So they trademarked a panda. So you can't use a panda in your logo or anything. And then my friend switched to I think a red panda or something because that's a different type of animal. But so that's okay because it's not the same animal. So I pretty much told that that brand that came to me was like, oh, you actually can't use this because it's trademarked. So I do have a lot of different like types of knowledge outside of photography because I'm into a lot of different things.
It's almost this like tangential like wisdom from like different industries and stuff, right? That's really, really interesting. Are there any like early experiences that you've kind of had your ABG life back in high school or your origin story that kind of has given you an edge?
Oh my God, you bringing up my ABG life has throwing me off.
Composition, colors or contrasting colors?
I don't know. So I've always been a rebel growing up, causing trouble and all that stuff. And
let's talk about that. You're talking about like being a rebel.
I would say in the beginning, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, like I'll be flexible. I'll do whatever changes you want me to do. I wouldn't really question them. Aside from me being a rebel, I do like to not do things wrong. I know those are like really contrasting. I think because growing up with strict parents, like I would always get in trouble. So it's like if I feel like I would get in trouble for something, I wouldn't really take the risk.
That's really, really interesting. Because I kind of relate with that. I used to be a rebel, but then I also have this like perfectionism in me too.
Yeah, I have the same thing.
Yeah, because if you're gonna get your ass beat, like it better be right. You better be right so you don't get your ass beat.
Yeah. I think I'm right, but I always get my ass beat.
Yeah. You like boba, right?
I'm not a huge boba drinker.
You're not?
I'm not.
Well, me neither, because it has too much sugar. But
you gonna bring up like ABG?
Boba? You used to like boba?
Yeah, I feel like every Asian likes boba, especially growing up in this 626 area.
Yeah. Ready for our third game?
Yeah.
This is pretty much one of our last tier list games.
You want me to rank the drinks?
Can you see this right now? Do you know what it is?
Yeah. Okay, I will say I'm a healthy person, so I'll be like 50% sugar, just like fruit tea.
Sugar.
Really?
0%
Damn,
sugar.
I should try that.
It's boring as
I know. It's just the tea. It's just the tea at that point.
We'll go based off taste. Chances are you've probably had some of these or maybe you haven't. But we have best tier, good, okay, unsure, like would try, unsure, wouldn't try, bad, worst. Okay?
There's how many drinks do you have there?
There's a lot, but I mean, some of them are pretty easy. And they're like toppings too. So
Okay.
Black tea base.
It's okay. I drink green tea, so.
Where would you put green tea then?
Best.
Like matcha based drinks and stuff? Milk based. Milk tea based.
I would say it's like what I like to drink or
you. It's not me. I would have done the tier list then.
Yeah. Okay, so milk tea, I don't think it's bad, but I don't drink it.
Not bad. Okay, bad, worst.
I guess it's okay. No.
That's like a low okay.
No, I think bad. Because I don't want to mess up my stomach with dairy. I stay away from dairy.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Almond
milk?
Almond flavor, sorry. These are flavors, by the way, now.
Oh, okay. I would say good.
Good? Almond milk, dude. I've seen very few boba shops offer almond milk.
Actually, I don't even know if I tried it.
Dude, more people should offer stevia based and shit at boba.
Oh, that's 0 calorie?
Yeah, it's a natural sweetener.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's like 0 calorie. So, Tasty is the only one that has it. Well, not only one like in SoCal that I found. Really. But yeah, apple flavor.
Apple flavor. Unsure, wouldn't try.
Yeah, that had the same reaction. Avocado.
bad. Yeah.
Have you had it?
I've had no, not like a drink, but I've had the Vietnamese dessert.
Dude, the Vietnamese one is like lit. I love that one.
Yeah, because it's filled with sugar. I used to work at a Vietnamese dessert place, and I would make that.
Yeah, I know it's like loaded with sugar.
It's all condensed milk.
Yeah, I know. That's why I loved it. It was lit, but I never drink it anymore.
Yeah, but this is for drinks, right?
This is like taste. Like based off your ideal taste.
I would say unsure, wouldn't try.
Unsure, you never tried it? Avocado drink? You used to make it, right?
Oh, but that was like the dessert thing.
They have like, isn't that the same thing or no?
No, it's different. Because if it's a drink, it's like tea or milk tea with the flavoring. But that was straight up avocado, condensed milk, and ice.
Yeah, that's the only one I had. I never had like the tea one or whatever. So, brown sugar?
I would say good for 5 sips.
Where's that tier list? Good for 5 sips? It's either good or okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
It tastes good, but I can't do that much sugar.
Got it. Dude, you and my friend would get along. She's like the same way.
Oh, the one I met downstairs.
Yeah. Chocolate.
Oh, worse. I hate chocolate flavor stuff.
Oh, really?
Like drinks.
Do you like
or
chocolate
milk? I only like dark chocolate.
Like the 100% cacao or no?
Yeah, something like that. The super bitter.
It's like very, yeah. Coffee.
Coffee milk
teas and stuff.
Oh, coffee milk tea?
Yeah.
Coffee milk tea. Unsure would try it.
Do you like coffee in general?
Yeah, I drink coffee every day, but I just drink it. I drink it with almond milk.
Okay. Earl Grey.
I would say good.
Hesitation.
Huh?
You have hesitation in your voice.
I'm trying to think what drink I've had with that.
It's like a good base though. Like I've had it as a base. It's not bad. Grapefruit.
It's okay.
Hokkaido.
I would say good.
Why the question mark?
Because I feel like it's good with milk tea. However, I'm not a milk tea drinker, but I have had it.
Aside from bubble guts and stuff, aside from the
oh, it's more okay flavor.
Yeah. Okay. Honeydew.
Honeydew, it's okay.
Honey. I didn't make this tier list, by the way.
Honey green tea, like something like that.
Like honey as a sweetener in your boba instead of like the regular sugar.
I feel like it's good.
Okay, good. Jasmine as a base.
I feel like best.
Best? Oh, that's your favorite base? Or that's your favorite
jasmine green tea.
Okay.
Like that, yeah.
Sick. By the way,
I'm very basic.
This is the first time I'm looking at this tier list, so I'm looking up as I go. FYI.
Kiwi, wouldn't try.
Wouldn't try. Lemon.
Lemon, I would say good. I don't really get it, but only at like a Chinese restaurant when they have like lemon green tea.
Yeah, the lemon like teas.
I actually had that yesterday.
Oh man. I miss that shit, but that shit is full of sugar too.
Yeah, I was like, this is so sweet. Damn it.
So good. Lychee.
Lychee, I would say good.
Good. Yeah.
Mango is best.
Best. Wow. What makes mango the best?
Yeah.
Matcha?
Matcha is good.
Why did you give mango like a S tier or best tier? The fuck?
Mango and watermelon are my favorite fruits.
Oh.
And I usually get mango green tea.
Well, I think that concludes our boba section. What would you say your best your favorite
drink?
Yeah, drink is.
I would say watermelon and then yogurt.
Ooh,
Yeah, and then mango
watermelon
as well.
yogurt with soju inside. No, just kidding. Don't
I
you
mean,
don't.
it is good with soju.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm pretty basic. I actually like coffee milk teas or like
Mm,
if I can get stevia, I'll do coffee milk tea. I'll
mhm.
do like also jasmine milk teas and stuff, just
Yeah.
stevia based. If there's none, I actually prefer regular teas.
Just like straight up green or like
Matcha.
the
Oh,
herbal.
I'll get like ceremonial matcha or
Mm,
like jasmine tea straight,
hmm.
So
Yeah.
cool. Last section. So with the whole thing about AI popping these days,
Hmm.
how do you feel like AI is gonna impact your business? How do you plan on staying competitive with all of this AI happening?
I haven't really dived into AI that much aside from when I'm editing photos and I wanted to speed up the editing process versus like me going in or like let's say I want to add an extra seashell or something, I could just like
Oh,
type that in.
generative AI through Photoshop. Yeah.
And just see if like I like how it looks.
Do you do any like AI photo generation with like Dolly or anything like that, and just like getting composition shots and stuff?
No.
No, we actually use it for our YouTube channel too, for composition shots about like how to like for different angles and different ideas for composition and stuff. So
So it's just like a mock-up, right? It's
yeah,
not
it's
really
a mock-up.
okay.
Yeah, that's what we use it for.
Mm.
So it's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you're planning like to do? Like, are you worried at all about AI or anything like that?
I'm not too worried just because my work is very custom based on concepts and because I do feel like I have a lot of different knowledge in different areas aside from just taking photos and editing it. And I feel like all of that really helps with branding and marketing. So I don't think it would affect me as much, but versus let's say you only do very basic type of photos, right? Like white background or very like there's a lot of photographers that just do the same style of photos.
Yeah.
And of course, like I started with that because that's what free content was out there. And then I've been elevating my type of work and it's very, I would say the look of it is different from a lot of other photographers. Because it's like whatever I come up with and I put it together and play around and troubleshoot.
So people aren't paying necessarily for your standardized style. People aren't paying for like literally JPEGs or raw files that you're sending them. People are paying you for kind of like your pretty much your eye, your style, your how you would kind of like your expertise in like doing a shot and communicating whatever the they want.
Yeah, I feel like my creative eye, and it's like I don't realize that it is not something that everyone has because I'm so used to it. Sometimes when I like have someone do something and I'm like, oh, how come it's not how I want it to look?
Yeah.
But I forget that, it's a lot of work and experience to get to this point.
And it's kind of crazy. You earlier said you weren't creative. Like you weren't like a creative like type of person growing up.
Yeah.
You kind of learned it on the fly, right? Do you feel like you actually are, but it was just kind of repressed?
I don't know because when growing up, all I wanted to do was play and have fun and just mess around.
And you're still the same way.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah. 'Cause I never really thought about the future, what I wanted to do. I just wanted to hang out with friends and just do dumb shit.
Let's make a bold prediction. So 1 year from now, where do you want to be? Like, what are some of the things that you want to accomplish? Big clients, revenue streams, social, like media stuff. Like, what are some of your aspirations?
I would definitely love to have multiple income streams. Whether I mean, it would be great if like I can do YouTube or like I can do brand deals if I become a content creator. Still freelancing my photography services. And, I could also really help this company that I'm working with at the moment grow their media part of their business because there's like nothing really there at the moment. Yeah, I feel like for that, multiple streams of income.
Is there a revenue number that you have next year that you want to hit?
No, I haven't thought about that.
$10.
Yeah, $10 sounds great.
You can buy boba with that.
Yeah, with the way things are going, just a cup of boba.
Yeah, just one cup. Your boyfriend's fucked, but
Yeah, I mean, of course, like I would love to make a lot of money. Yeah. And then
what else?
I would love to have a team. Like
what incorporates a team for photography business?
Yeah, I would say a lot of freelancers, right? In production, majority of the time, it's like you have the photographer, you have the creative director, and like higher productions will probably be a producer. But generally, I would say photographer, a stylist, a lighting tech would be nice. Of course, assistants. Yeah, creative director. I would love to just be the creative director, plan everything, deal with the clients, and then have photographers do the shooting, retoucher, edit it, and then, like just oversee the whole production.
How about dream client? Who's a dream client that you're like, oh crap, I would love to have? And let's think big. Like, let's think like, I don't know why Kim Kardashian came up in my mind, and I do not ever want to like aspire to be like that, but I'm talking about like really big.
I would say Sephora brands would be nice to work with because I really enjoy doing a lot of beauty projects. I haven't done it as much this year just because I've been working with a lot of cannabis clients. But even in the cannabis space, right, I would love to work with some of the big brands like Stizzy, and stuff like that.
Last game.
Okay.
So basically, fun is what's your ideal short-term dream partnership that you want to work with? That would be super fun. Marry is like dream long-term partnership that you could see yourself working forever. And kill, a brand or business you can never see yourself working with, at least for the time of the shooting. Things may change.
So the first one was
fun. Short-term partnership that would be super fun that you love to work with.
In terms of brands and stuff.
Like, sometimes you just meet someone and you're just like, I don't know how we can work together, but I just want to work with you somehow, some way. What are some things that comes up? That's like what I'm getting at.
Damn, that's kind of hard.
Could be a client too. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't think I've like thought too much about this.
Yeah. By the way, I did not prep Tammy for any freaking.
I just showed up and was like,
yeah.
Honestly, I feel like just a really cool cannabis brand with dope branding.
Is that a specific brand?
No, I can't really think of one off the top of my head.
It's totally cool.
Yeah.
Mary, what's a dream, long-term dream partnership that you could see yourself working forever?
I would say, I guess right now, maybe the new job that I started because...
Really, is that a company that you like really love and stuff at the moment?
I wouldn't say I really love, but I know that there are a lot of things coming in the future. And right now they're starting with one brand that is still, it's like solid. They've been here for 5 years. They have a great product. And then there's this new product that just got brought on to the market. And like, they're the first ones that have it.
Oh.
Yeah.
First to market type of thing.
Yeah. And it's like right now kind of showing it to shops and stuff. So no one else really has this product. And it's going to be like a great hit, I feel like. And then aside from having different brands and products, the owner wants to also be a distributor. So that's going to be a lot of other brands. That's like a whole nother thing. And aside from that, like he just wants to start so many other businesses in different areas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So kind of like an opportunity to just like learn and stuff and just get exposure to a lot of different other opportunities. Awesome. Kill, a brand that you can never see yourself working with, at least at the time of this.
Yeah, maybe just like low budget, very picky.
Is there a brand that you hate?
No, I don't think there's a brand that I hate.
One of my people that I know, she hates Best Buy with a passion.
Why?
I don't know. She's like, oh, they're the worst customer service, blah, blah, blah. Shit, what did Best Buy do to you?
Yeah.
Any brands that you like despise or hate?
No, I don't think there's a brand that I hate. And a lot of times, like with that, it's like, I don't know, like what energy are you bringing? Like, how are you presenting yourself? A lot of times people are mirrors. So like, you might not know that you're being a certain way, but it's like reflected back to you.
I mean, there's a lot of brands I don't resonate with, right? Like female brands and stuff like that.
Yeah, because
like,
you're a male.
Like, I'm a bro. Like, dude, I'm not gonna like resonate with that. But I respect it. I always respect the way that people like or brands implicitly communicate and stuff like that. Even though I might not agree with the core messaging and stuff like that, like I always respect the brand based off of how they do things and stuff.
I guess one thing that comes to mind is that I would never want my branding to be super techie because I'm not a techie person. Because when I was thinking about YouTube, there's so many like tech bros, educational stuff on, I don't know, like photography or like gear. Like that's not who I am. So I guess like that's just, yeah.
So no shots fired. Shots fired to MKBHD.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, you don't? Oh, never mind then. Cool.
Yeah. No, I don't hate, nothing bad about it, but it's just like I'm more
playing it safe. She's trying to get more clients and shit. Yeah, Tammy, dude. So great having you just to chop it up. Is there anything that you want to say before or ask before we end this podcast? Because we've been going almost 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours.
You said 1 hour.
I was trying to go for 1 hour, but my camera died.
Oh, okay, yeah. And it took like an hour to set up.
Oh, yeah. It took a long ass time. Dude, it's almost 5.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I haven't ate lunch.
We're about to eat dinner now.
Okay, yeah. Let's go eat something good. I want to say thank you for having me. This is my first podcast. I've never done this before. I just showed up. I was like, as long as it's casual.
Yeah, it's super casual. We tried some new formats. Tried some ChatGPT stuff that it came up with some of the tier lists and stuff. And I was looking on tiermaster.com or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I can find all these tier lists.
I was like, where did you even get this from?
Yeah. So it looked like I did a lot of work, but I didn't actually do a lot.
That's the right way to do it. Like, just have the AI help you with a lot of stuff.
Have it do that. Yeah.
But back to the AI thing. I think in terms of photography, I don't think that it's something that I've dived into or think that it will affect me. But I feel like with the software stuff that you're using it for, it's like super helpful. And I would definitely want to dive more into that and help make my workflow more productive and efficient.
Yeah. Like last thing on my end is like, I think with the AI, I made a commitment to my team that I would not like 100% outsource them. It's more, I'm really big on AI augmentation. And I really do think like AI will one day kind of learn the creative process and all these things. But I think one thing is, I don't know, there's just something about being human or like that humanistic side that I just don't want to completely outsource, even though it would take away, even though it'd probably be more profitable to business and stuff like that. But yeah, there's certain things like, how do you know when to like put this meme in? Like, how do you know not to probably throw a meme if you're doing like a funeral video, right? Like, or something is super like, there's that intuition or that implicit communication that sometimes AI is not great at right now.
Yeah.
Not to say it won't be in the future, but I always think about that.
Yeah. And people want that personal touch and like real emotion, I feel like.
I'll link it all below, but where do people want to find you if they want to work with you? The top 3 brands you want to work with this year and stuff to shout out.
Yeah, my Instagram is Glow Studeo, GLOWSTUDEO.
How did you get the EO, by the way?
I was like, I want to use the word studio, but how can it be different? So I just changed it.
Okay. So that's your main page. Anything else that you want to plug? Your website SEO.
My website is the same. It's the same. www.glowstudio.com.
Cool. And you started up a YouTube channel pretty soon?
Yeah.
About OnlyFans? No, just kidding. About what's going to be on the YouTube channel?
I want it to be a combination of vlog and I would say like creative business type of content.
Yeah. Excited to see that pop off. And anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Let's go eat, dog.
Yeah, I'm so hungry. My stomach was growling before.